even with the entire town against him, no one remembering his name. Gintoki can't abandon his own character, leaping off the side of a building to save a veritable stranger to no reward, whereas his ultimate replacement just looked on and smirked. I think I'd rather go with the prototype. On the final product, I think they spend too much money on gold spray paint. But really, we need to see more of Gintoki, Tamagura, and Sadaharu wearing glasses. And are they going to go about the usual ways of completely deriding him to the point of obscurity? Or is it actually going to become a all-out battle of past and present? You know, I've been waiting for episodes and arcs for Tama to have more of an impact. And I think her being the crux of getting Gintoki back on his feet really did that. But I think we can all tell that something's up in this. When, I think I said it before, everyone is too happy and smiling. I wonder what the Shinsengumi think of Kintoki, considering Gintoki has been a rather thorn in their side for a while. But this one seems so pleasant. When would he have ever had a run-in with the law? There is a culmination battle. Nice. She doesn't have time. Something seems wrong here. And if anyone was to walk in on this moment, would they just have their memories removed? Didn't even need a wind up for that spit. Yep, if you can't... She wasted her mop. This isn't the first time that Tom has been damaged. But even this is making me uncomfortable, you know, with even though being a robot and being able to be repaired, but still. Oh yeah, did he actually read it though? That was the screw that she got, part of the that accessory that she really wanted. Hopefully at this point they've at least seen fit to have a few spare copies of her hard drive. That's when you know things have gone wrong. Oh. So that's where he kept it. Just think of what that symbolises. As a mechanic, would he be able to turn his back on a machine in need? I'm uncomfortable about the one-sided conversation that Gintoki was having there. I'm not sure you needed to apologise for that. Make sure that you don't power down unnaturally. There are some parts, she doesn't need to remember. Out of most characters, okay, Tama is one that they could probably kind of remove for a while, but she's also kind of unique as a artificial person. But the number on Gintoki's side has just dropped. Also, that's nothing like how Gintoki would have acted. He wouldn't have stopped to phone Shinpachi. He would chase to the ends of the earth to find him, without informing anyone. They've got everyone out searching for him. Almost everyone out searching for him. That seemed like an odd cut. But the fact that everyone knows Gintoki to the point of random extras on the street. Is this how they've gone about any of the previous... Everyone with Hasegawa. Yep, no, makes sense. Like previous arcs and previous bad guys handing out flyers. Have you seen them? But the thing is, they might be his allies, but they're also kind of former acquaintances with Gintoki. Doesn't want to hurt them. Well, maybe Hasegawa. He knows the frailty of people, especially with his backstory. You would have thought that he would have put some sort of countermeasure in if there was that brainwashing ability. The thing is Gintoki now going to fight without fighting? I think we can side with Team Beast to come out on top. His hand looks slightly weird though. If he was created to be perfect, then he'd be able to actually equate those unpredictabilities into actions. So, created to be near perfect. We'll be waiting. I mean, sometimes there's like, oh no, others can be involved and do something, but in this case, when they are all brainwashed, his natural environment, the lotion bath. Did not take him long. I think he's got his priorities a bit misaligned, really. Master of Disguise. And of course, you couldn't have checked the cosplay places without getting yourself one or two outfits. You're not in an ad. Don't sneak around the corner, Elizabeth. You're not in an advert. Katsura. I think he could make some money. And even while they're searching for... That's not even a camera, that's just cardboard. You've got to give it to him for trying. She really got drawn in quickly. I feel like we're getting distracted slightly from the main episode. So even though brainwashing and losing a dear friend, but even after, like, when this arc is over, how are they all going to act? But just like when Tama started rebelling, are the others going to receive the same kind of treatment? See? That's what I said. And as if calling on him herself, the Silver Samurai has appeared. And like they would believe him if he said no. Oh, quite some distance on that. Who's that guy to be giving orders? Go, Sadaharu. He's used to kind of running around and being a general nuisance. Fairy boys can do no evil. You can look forward, Sadaharu, just not back. It's good that he still has a few of those blow-up Gintokis left over from a few episodes back. But at least he's gotten rid of some of the trash mobs. He's not here to fight though, is he? Hopefully there's going to be a fight between themselves. So the Gintoki just kind of waltzes away while they're busy. You know, if she was actually out here to do it, she would have, instead of put... It always comes down to these three, doesn't it? It's a good trio. Yeah, they're fighting amongst themselves. Just leave, Gintoki. It's quite the accolade to have, though, the one that took down Gintoki. Don't try to unite them. Pop up Gintoki. Would have changed the game I had when I was young, but only slightly. A very deadly version of that Watermelon Beach thing. So they can all claim victory. Nothing to do with them being blindfolded on the top of the building. It was a good attempt. He just needed to keep up the game a little bit longer. He took that square on because she couldn't get out of the way. Which just leads more credence to the confusion that they have. Oh, just one? Okay. Of course, him being a pincushion would be the thing she remembered. I would be surprised if just a random nobody was able to take him down. But for him to be caught unawares like that. That wouldn't stop her. It's Sunshine all over again. Hopefully she's over her fear of men, though. No. Not at all. It was a close save. Of course. Just being near his crotch, that's enough to provoke her memory. What's this smell? Ah, must be Gintoki. He has places to be. He's fighting for a sense of self and a place. The fact that they have been united as a single front to get him, though, yeah. He's trained them all well. Was Kube the last to stutter there? Yeah, context doesn't matter at all. And is the confusion built up to the point where they actually stand up against him? I mean, it's not the first time that any of the characters have reacted against Gintoki himself, but while there is that uncertainty, I wouldn't take any rash decisions. Hopefully, even though with his heavily injured state, Gintoki is stood there with that shit-eating grin. Things are looking up. And much like usual, it's because of Gintoki's own actions and acting like himself. How far did Sadaharu actually run in the end? I think he's definitely in line for a treat or two when he gets back. I suppose at the end of this we're going to have a thing about Gintoki where we still feel slightly bad for him because he was built for this precise reason. So his whole existence and meaning is into everything that has happened. But at the same time, he can just be stripped down for spare parts, so no real loss. I would actually like a big stack of storyboarding. The final confrontation, gold versus silver. But just think of it for a second, where you're so sure of everything that's happened, the history, your memories, and then there's someone that comes in and it all starts to crumble. So hang on a second, no, this was different. What in the end could you be sure of? Also, at this point, I'm highly considering that Hasegawa has fully retained his memory of Gintoki and the actual events. He just doesn't want to be left out and just going along with the flow. It's like, yeah, Gintoki. It would make me laugh if the replacement didn't even see fit to affect him. It's like, he's not that important. But with my blood still slightly boiling over Tama, will we get the satisfaction? A strip down of the current main character? Watching his whole world crumble, those that he so meticulously won over and brainwashed, turning against him. Simply switching the memories of it was him instead of Gintoki. Quite easy to see through when you realise that their personalities are not the same whatsoever. It's like, hang on a second. He used to act so differently. I don't feel like we have a long road ahead of us, but it should be a fun one. But we know things are truly back on the path of being fixed when we get that turning point of Shinpachi and Kagura. And hopefully Gintoki doesn't have to pay rent for the past few days that he's not been allowed to live there. Or maybe Gintoki actually paid up front for quite a while. Silver lining. If you enjoyed this one, let me know down below. Like, comment if you want to keep up to date, not miss out. There's that subscribe button. It's completely free. Turn on notifications, there won't be any episodes that slip your mind. Get some rest though. I don't think you want to miss the next one. If you would want to march down the street searching for some good content, well, you might be out there for quite some time, and all you'll find around these parts is more of me. But if you're okay with that, consider joining onto my Patreon instead, because my patrons that are Sal, Electricant, Arthea, Noku, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Mads, Rasmus Paulson, Girly, Dark Shadow 7899, Raywin, Kite, and everyone else are the furry star of the hour, not looking back on the disasters that have befalled us.